What up, everybody? This is Mark from Suicide Silence.
And this is Brian Fair from Shadows Fall.
This is Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia Murder here.
Yo, this is Gary Hall from Exodus and recently retired from Slayer. And
Hello, this is Becky Boulder from Hamburg Rebel and Fury.
Hey, this is Charlie with Anthrax. I just want to give a shout out to Pedal to the Metal Radio, the podcast.
The podcast to get all your rock and metal news plus reviews.
Keep it metal. Pedal to the Metal Radio, motherfuckers!
What's up, metalheads? It's your main man here, Eddie Monster, with another special edition of Eddie's Top 5. That's right. Today's Top 5 is a little different. We picked it a little differently than usual because today is none other than the great Chuck Billy of Testament's birthday. So we wanted to wish Chuck Billy a very happy birthday. He is one of my favorite vocalists in the world, and I swear to God, I have a cousin that looks identical to him, and I've told the kid, when you're old, that's what you're going to look like, is Chuck Billy. I'm telling you, it's fucking uncanny the way the two of them look almost identical to each other. But anyways, and he's also a musician too. He's a guitar player, which is funny. So anyways, it's time to get into our top 5 Testament records. That's right. These are all the albums that I love. And I just want to mention, before we go any further, my honorable mentions, because it's tough to always pick what you believe is the best albums, because everybody's going to have their own opinion as to what album was better than what, things of that nature. And it's fine. It's understandable, right? Because opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, including myself. And it's just a fact. It's subjective. Everything is subjective. So here we go. Honorable mentions, Brotherhood of the Snake. I loved that release. I took a chance on it. Hadn't heard a single or anything, and I just said, dude, it's fucking Testament. Boom. Right? Dark Roots of the Earth is the other one. Those are like my 6 and 7 if I was to do a top 10 on fucking Testament. You know what I mean? So anyways, it's time to get into our top 5. Coming in at number 5, we've got the Formation of Damnation. It's funny how I got into this. Years before I got this record, I had bought Testament's Greatest Hits, right? And had listened to all the tracks on there, you know. And then it had been a while since I had heard anything from Testament. And one day, my brother and myself, we go to the record store. He's like, dude, what album do you want? You know what I mean? Because he was visiting, begging to buy me a record. Whatever, and then I saw this from Testament, and I said, dude, it's fucking Testament, and it's brand new. I said, it must be fucking good. And as soon as I popped it in, I couldn't be any more correct on that one. I mean, More Than Meets the Eye, The Evil Has Landed, Fear, Killing Season. Great, great tracks. I loved this album. I just love how heavy and in your face this record really is. So I was definitely happy that I picked this one up. That's for sure. Coming in at number 4 is one that was recommended to me years ago. And then buying that Greatest Hits record, I heard Electric Crown, and I said, wow, this is great. I love this song. And I heard So Many Lies. I had to pick up the album, and it's amazing. Return to Serenity. You can't go wrong with The Ritual. This was sort of that in-between moment right before Testament got heavier. You know what I mean? It was still Testament at this point, but eventually the band is getting heavier as they go. So I love this record. Coming in at number 3, this was my brother's favorite record. If he was to pick a number 1, this would probably be his number 1, and that is The New Order. That's right. Trial by Fire, Eerie Inhabitants, Into the Pit, Disciples of the Watch, and then their Aerosmith cover of Nobody's Fault. Great fucking album. Just not my favorite Testament record. Not my favorite. It's one of them. It's number 3. Coming in at number 2, we've got Souls of Black. This is fucking awesome. Awesome. You couldn't ask for anything more out of a fucking Testament record than Souls of Black. It was hard between this one and my number one as to which album was going to go number one, but I always tend to gravitate towards the number one record. But this is definitely my number two. The Legacy, Face in the Sky, Malpractice, the title track, Souls of Black, such an awesome fucking record. But unfortunately, at number one is Practice What You Preach. Besides being a motto that everybody should fucking use in their lives, the first 5 tracks on this record, 5 or so, the title track, fucking Perilous Nation, Envy Life, Time Is Coming. Dude, tracks are insane. Then you've got the ballad, which was very melodic and slow, and well, it's the ballad, and it was awesome. Then Greenhouse Effect is fucking awesome too, and that is my top 5 fucking Testament records. I know it's subjective. Everybody's going to have a different order, but I pretty much think these are the 5 greatest Testament records in my opinion. If you can do a list that's better than mine, then go right ahead. But I do want to remind you guys to please, if you can, subscribe to the channel. Any subscription is greatly appreciated, so please remember to smack that subscribe button, right? We try to create content as best as we humanly can, and we're trying to come up with content. We're trying all the time, whether it's at concerts, whether it's Eddie's Top 5, whether it's album reviews, which I know I've been a little slow on. There hasn't been an album that's really captivated me to want to review lately, but that's going to be changing very, very shortly. I am for sure of that. So yeah, we try to come up with content, so please stay tuned, subscribe, and I will see you guys here next time. Remember, stay metal.